Let's test how long it takes in third.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the live stream on WWE 2K24, where I'll be doing some classic matches from current tag team champions to tag team champions who never teamed up with current rosters and past tag team champions. Alright, so we got the Ministry of Darkness, who just won their first match last week on Raw, where Mideon and Viscera defeated the team of Mr. Perfect and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And then we got Trick Williams and Stone Cold Steve Austin will be taking on the Bloodline. And then we got the Viking Raiders with their next matchup. They will be facing the team of Damian Priest and Braun Strowman. So here we go with the next match right here, ladies and gentlemen. Because Trick Williams and Stone Cold Steve Austin will be taking on the Bloodline for the Tag Team Championship Gold Rush Tournament.
Yeah, we are set. First round matchup underway. The winner of this match moves on to the next stage of this tournament. Gets slammed down. Reversal! What a counter! Big right hand! Clothesline! Look at this, just unloading! Oh, a nasty stomp to finish it off. In the corner he goes, a perfectly placed target. Oh, and a double axe handle! Incredible height. Talk about being on the same page. They were on the same sentence for that fine piece of work. Up on the shoulders. Down in a hurry. Stone Cold reverses. The damage he's taking is starting to pile up. And Stone Cold looks like he is dead set on dishing out some more humiliation. And you know what they say, we fight on Thursday nights. He knew that was coming. Big time glove line. Good grief. Oh, got Austin back. Look at this, going counter for counter. Boom. Able to elude it. Boom, running into cover. He kicks out instantly. I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one, isn't it? And he cuts bait, slipping out of the ring. Shut up, Saxton. This is just a small regrouping. He turns it around. Stone Cold Steve Austin does press and unleash it. He's begging him to get up so he can put him back down. Oh! Austin with Stone Cold Stunner. The lights are out for Sikoa. Boom! Relentless offense from Steve Austin. And this match is all Austin now. Stop after stop after stop. Look at him go. Boots, punch, nasty. Kick to the gut. Oh, brutal forearm. Oh, man. Big body drop. One elevation. Austin got that one scouted. Austin with a stunner. Stone Cold with a stunner. Austin got all of it. Sends the knee to the face. That'll stop you. Oh, ooh. Austin building up speed. The rattlesnake strikes. Tag switching it up. Oh! Oh, what impact. Brought in the hard way. Stop after stop after stop. And one more for good measure. To stop at every single part of his body. And Williams is keeping the match at his pace. Trick showing that edge, that ruthlessness. What a clothesline! Ouch. Oh, and more hits up there can leave you dazed. Oh, saw it coming. Crucial turnaround there because Solo is falling behind. Prime opportunity now for him to get some separation and gather himself. Oh, kick right to the gut. The WWE Universe are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see which way this ends. Every movement, every attack could be the pivotal point of this match. Shoulder tackle after shoulder tackle. Telegraph that one and delivers a blow to the gut. It's just right forearm. Foot, meet feet. Oh, merciless knee to the face. Trick nailed it. Oh, what could Trick be looking for? Lift off. And coming down with incredible force. Look at this, just what a barrage of stumps. And a mud hole is being stumped. Solo must be getting phased by this attack. Solo needs to start reacting quicker. Big forearm. body shots. Good time. What a clothesline. Look at this, just unloading. Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off. He's in a little bit of trouble now. Well, we're deep into this tournament match. This is where things get serious. What a clothesline. Oh, he skirts around it. Running hard Colorado. Beautiful. Williams had that well scouted. Oh, clothesline. What energy in the arena tonight. Straight impact down the throat. Oh, what a clothesline. Stomping. Ouch. Boom. Oh. Boom. Avoiding contact. Oh, what a clothesline. Forcefully delivered. Boom. Looks like Trick is taking the upper hand. Yeah, Trick is really grinding the opposition down. Oh, and he doesn't connect. Drop kick, high target. Oh, misses the mark. Pass handle from the middle rope. Uh-oh. Whoa, not quite yet. What a punch just tattooed. Drop kick with precision. A lot of momentum. Just end this now. Oh, he's playing possum. A defiant kick out after one. He refuses to stay down. Pure instinct. Oh, man. Saw it coming and got out of there. Raining down right hands. What a clothesline. And if this is sink or swim, Williams clearly just did the latter. Hoist it up. Oh, and a plex. He's heading up top. Thinking big. And tag. He did it. Oh, look out. Oh, man. And Trick saw it coming. Pulls their opponent in. Belly to belly. That didn't go as solo picture. He's turning the tables. Elbow puts an end to that. Turning the tables there. Counters on counters. Technical problem on display. And the WWE Universe continues to remain on their feet. They know they are witnessing something special here. Trick off the ropes. Nice neck breaker. Trick nailed it. Oh, ouch. And the knee. Williams might just have it. Austin with what a start by the rattlesnake. What an exclamation mark right there. Boom! The legs hooked. Could be looking for it. Stepped over. Cloverleaf submission is in. It's scores the win. What a great team. That had to be one of the matches of the year. Let's take another look at some of the action. Here are your winners. The team Chris and Steve. And teamwork makes the dream work in his tag team victory. That's about as perfect like an example of tag team wrestling?
So we got Trick Williams and Stone Cold Steve Austin inventing the next round. So we got Trick Austin won the tag team tournament after they pinned The Undertaker and Kane. What you want? All right, go ahead. You have the night, Michael. I'll play this song, okay? Okay.
Raina and his twin brother Ethan are roomies, and they keep their house messy. But they just found out their dad is visiting, and he doesn't like a filthy house. Ethan, stop playing the game and help me. Yeah, in a second. You said that 2 hours ago. If Dad sees this mess, he's gonna make us really clean up. Yeah, maybe you, because you're still a little boy. But I'm a grown man now, and no one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even Dad. Well, we're about to find out because Dad just got here. Raina and Ethan's dad walked in, took a look around, and wasn't happy about it. Your house is filthy. I didn't raise no pigs. I want y'all to clean this mess up now. Ethan, go ahead and tell Dad what you said. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Oh, well, let me remind you. No one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even Dad. Oh, really? No, that's not me. I don't know who that is. If that's not you, then get on the floor and clean it. Sir, yes, sir. Who's the little boy now? Little boy, son. Raymond is rule number 9. No fighting in my class. What? Wait. No. Rule number.
Do you know how to play GTA 5?
When this goes.
From you.
If you want to watch free brand new.
Do you know how to...
Raina and his twin brother Ethan are roomies, and they keep their house messy. But they just found out their dad is visiting, and he doesn't like a filthy house. Ethan, stop playing the game and help me. Yeah, in a second. You said that 2 hours ago. If Dad sees this mess, he's gonna make us really clean up. Yeah, maybe you, because you're still a little boy. But I'm a grown man now, and no one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even Dad. Well, we're about to find out because Dad just got here. Raina and Ethan's dad walked in, took a look around, and wasn't happy about it. Your house is filthy. I didn't raise no pigs. I want y'all to clean this mess up now. Ethan, go ahead and tell Dad what you said. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Oh, well, let me remind you. No one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even Dad. Oh, really? No, that's not me. I don't know who that is. If that's not you, then get on the floor and clean it. Sir, yes, sir. Who's the little boy now? Little boy, son. Rain and his twin brother Ethan are roommates, and they keep their house messy. But they just found out their dad is visiting, and he doesn't like a filthy house. Ethan, stop playing the game and help me. In a second. You said that 2 hours ago. If Dad sees this mess, he's gonna make us really clean up. Yeah, maybe you, because you're still a little boy. But I'm a grown man now, and no one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even that. Well, we're about to find out because Dad just got here. Rain and Ethan's dad walked in, took a look around, and wasn't happy about it. Your house is filthy. I didn't raise no pig. I want y'all to clean this mess up now. Ethan, go ahead and tell Dad what you said. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Oh, well, let me remind you. No one's gonna make me do anything in my house, not even Dad. Oh. Really? No, that's not me. I don't know who that is. If that's not you, then get on the floor and clean it. Sir, yes, sir. Now, who's the little boy now? Little boy. Son.
Rule number 9, no fighting in my class.
You founded your kayak company to share your love of the ocean.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and another special episode of Did You Know? Where today we're taking a look at one of the best endings in this year's series with more things you might not know in WWE 2K24. Did you know that a new option has been added to start an argument with the referee? This one is another feature that returns to the series after time away, as the developers have brought back the ability to start an argument with the referee, though this time, rather than being limited to arguing after a pinfall, players can start an argument at will. To begin an argument with the referee, click in the right thumbstick to target the ref, then press up on the D-pad. While this feature is a great way to add a bit of realism to matches, its best use comes when playing a tag team match, but should you see your partner in trouble and in danger of being pinned, then you can target the referee from the apron and press up on the D-pad to begin an argument which will keep the ref distracted from the pinfall. Did you know you can pick up and use the water bottles at ringside? Following on from the first episode, where we showcased some of this year's new weapons, this year also sees an update to the backstage, as the vending machines in the parking lot have been updated and drop water bottles when throwing opponents into them. Over on the other side of the backstage area, this vending machine has also been updated, though this one will drop soda cans, which also work in silver. This one comes as part of a chip. The kendo stick and use it so it will remain at ringside throughout the match. While Cora's kendo stick works like a regular one unique difference is that her kendo stick won't break when striking an opponent, so you can continue to use it as often as you like. Did you know it's possible to pick up and place a flaming table? This one is a really cool one that you should definitely try out next time you play a match with tables, as Johnny Ralston has found a way to light a table on fire and then pick it up and move it around, which allows you to set up a flaming table in the corner position or lay it flat on the floor so that you can perform moves on it. In order to set this up, ideally it's good to have two controllers, though it is possible using one, though you will have to swap players during the process. So to set this up, make sure that you have at least one finisher stored, then grab a table from under the ring and set it up as normal. Once the table is set up, make sure that your opponent is nearby, then move towards the table and when prompted, press the finisher buttons to set it on fire. As soon as the animation begins, you want to use the second controller to grapple player 1, as this will cause the animation to stop, though the table will continue to light on fire. If you don't have two controllers, you can also achieve this by pausing the game after beginning the fire animation and then switching to your opponent, as this will allow you to grapple player 1 and stop the animation. Using this trick, not only will the table continue to light on fire, but the game won't actually recognize it as being on fire, and because of that, you'll be able to use it as a regular table, meaning you can pick it up and move it around, lay it on the floor to perform moves on it, or set it up in the corner position for a flaming version of a table finisher. Unlike regular flaming tables, breaking the table won't cause the fire to go out, as pieces of the table will stay on fire until you pull out another table. Did you know that The Undertaker and Kane feature a special sit-up motion in casket matches? Did you know there's a special manager entrance for HBK and Sensational Sherry? This one sees the addition of some new bonus content within the Post Malone and Friends pack, as the DLC includes a special manager entrance when assigning Sensational Sherry as Shawn Michaels' manager, with the entrance based on their time together in 1992.
Is quick to take issue with anyone who dares get in his way. He thinks he's the very pinnacle of in-ring perfection. I mean, is he wrong? Michaels excels in in-ring competition. He is better than the rest, and he's been like that since day one, but now everyone is finally realizing it. No denying Michaels is extremely talented, but there's also no denying he'd be the first one to tell you that.
To go alongside the entrance, the developers have also included the following victory scene.
For a while, Piper never goes away quietly.
Should you want to use these motions with other superstars, you can find the new tag team entrance and their victory scene in both Create an Entrance and Create a Victory, where it's listed as Shawn Michaels with Sherry Martel. Did you know you can perform different moves onto the casket based on your opponent's weight class? When playing a casket match, rather than attempt to throw your opponent into the casket, should you leave the lid closed, then there's various moves that you can perform on top of the lid to deal extra damage, though the moves you see will depend on the weight class of your opponent. For example, should you grapple a star who is part of the light or heavyweight class while they're laying against the ropes, this will see you climb out onto the casket and then body slam them on top of it.
Onto the casket. What are they going to do here? Oh, I'm going to power them up. Bang! Just like that.
Alternatively, should you grapple a super heavyweight while they're in the same position, this will see you throw them through the ropes onto the casket, though rather than perform a body slam, you'll DDT them onto it.
What a battle this has been. Onto the casket. This just continues and continues. Oh my God, DDT! End this thing already.
Alongside this version of DDT, you can also perform a spiked variant, should you grapple an opponent of any weight class while you're on the apron, or reverse a running strike. This will see you pull your opponent onto the middle rope and then DDT them onto the lid of the casket.
Looking for a tackle, nobody home. DDT into the casket.
Did you know that the developers have included new victory scenes when defending the briefcase? Following on from the previous episode where we showcased some of the new victory scenes in tag team ladder matches, this year also sees the addition of brand new victory scenes when defending a Money in the Bank briefcase. Should you set up a standard match and opt to put the briefcase on the line, unlike 2K23, which used the winner's regular victory scene, 2K24 features 3 brand new scenes as the developers have added a new heel and face motion for the men, as well as 1 new motion for the women.
Here is your winner, and new Mr. Money in the Bank. Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest with a winning performance.
Here is your winner, and new Mr. Money in the Bank, Mick James. Here is your winner, and new Miss Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch.
Amazing. The man is able to come out on top, even when facing a generational talent like Charlotte Flair. And Becky is just that good, and her fire in the ring is just undeniable.
Did you know you can put a championship on the line in the Royal Rumble match? When it comes to the Royal Rumble match, it's famously known for having a stipulation that the winner will earn a title shot at WrestleMania. However, there's been several occasions over the years where WWE have mixed things up and put a championship on the line, and that's something that players can now do in 2K24, as the developers have brought back the ability to put a championship on the line, which was last seen in 2K20. Should you opt to put a championship on the line, then this will trigger an alternate intro where the ring announcer will go over the match rules before announcing the bout as a championship match. Did you know it's possible to throw an opponent into the crowd from the Hell in a Cell? This one comes from Ian Hawke, who shares a cool trick that you can use to launch an opponent off the cell and into the crowd. This also doubling up as a new crowd glitch, which allows you to wrestle all over the arena. In order to pull this off, you'll need to set up a Hell in a Cell match in the WrestleMania 13 arena, then break out the cell by repeatedly whipping your opponent into the cell wall. Once you've escaped the cell, head to the top of it and drag your opponent over to the right side of the cell where the announce tables would usually be, then let go of them and press the heavy strike button to perform the cell finisher.
This is not going to end well. Slammed on top. He has a family. He has a future.
Should you want to join your opponent and wrestle the rest of the match within the crowd, you can jump into the crowd using a standing dive, though you want to make sure that your opponent is standing as close as they can to the barricade, otherwise you'll hit the railing. Once you're both in the crowd, you're able to freely pass through the audience, which allows you to access areas that are usually restricted. When using this crowd glitch, it's a good idea to turn on the knockout option, as this will allow you to win the match while wrestling in the crowd.
Diablo 4 has achieved its ultimate form, from new endgame content to quality of life features to huge system overhaul.
Did you know there's a special crowd chant for Roman Reigns when playing at Money in the Bank? This one was suggested by a few people, including Richie Wells, Typical Matt, and Eltis, who all brought up a special crowd chant for Roman Reigns as she declares Roman in the Money in the Bank arena, and hear the crowd chanting "Stand up if you hate Roman," which is taken from last year's Money in the Bank show at the O2 in London. Did you know that Pat McAfee features a unique weapon move? This one comes as part of a unique weapon move for Pat McAfee, as when using the new football weapon, rather than throw the ball, Pat comes with the ability to kick it, as pressing the throw button will say Pat drop the ball and then kick it at his opponent. Making use of the signature weapon feature, Pat and his co-hosts all come with the football assigned as their signature weapon, so even if you don't assign the football to the weapon wheel, they'll still point out from within the ring when they first grab a weapon. Did you know you can customize the weapons that are available during run-ins? This one comes as part of the weapon run-in feature, which is something in itself that players might not be aware of, as weapon run-ins are only possible in Extreme Rules matches when entering as player 2. Similar to the regular running option, you'll see a prompt appear during player 1's entrance, which will give you a choice of running in with a weapon, with options for a steel chair, a kendo stick, or a sledgehammer. While only 3 options appear by default, there is a way to enable more, and should you edit the weapon wheel under the match options, you can actually change which weapons appear. For example, should you edit the weapon wheel to appear the bat, this will see the bat added as a new weapon within the running menu. Not only does this work with a regular bat, but it also works with the barbed wire bat that was included in the ECW DLC, as adding the barbed wire bat to the weapon wheel will give you the option to use it during the run-in.
Looks like someone's come to play early. Yeah, clearly not in the mood to wait any longer.
Another ECW weapon that can be used for the run-in is the light tube. This should be added to the weapon wheel, and then select the kendo stick option during the run-in. You'll find that the kendo stick has been replaced with the light tube.
Oh, what is he doing out here? I think it's fairly obvious, Zach, that he's a man on a mission. Whoa, jump starting the action.
Another weapon that works in the same way is the hockey stick, as this will also replace the kendo stick, giving you another option during run-ins. Did you know that Lyra Valkyria has a unique reversal to certain strikes? This one was suggested by Insane Lee, who noted another unique reversal move, this time for Lyra Valkyria, as Lyra features a unique strike reversal, who sees her counter certain punches with a unique chop.
He evades their offense. Dodged right on cue.
Did you know there's a new tag team entrance for Shawn Michaels and Diesel? This one was suggested by CWE for Life, who point out the inclusion of a new tag team entrance for Shawn Michaels 94 and Diesel, as should you complete the 2K showcase and unlock these characters in exhibition. And this will also unlock the pair as a tag team, where they'll come out with a brand new entrance.
HBK, Big Daddy, Cool, these two are a force to be reckoned with. I think it just always seemed to click for Shawn and Diesel. It's like they're ahead of everyone else in the locker room. I'm sure the whole locker room is aware of their presence here tonight. They really are the complete package together. A well-oiled machine. Impressive in size and style.
The inclusion of this tag team entrance is a nice surprise. The showcase matches don't feature entrances, so this is easily something that developers could have left out, but they still decided to include it. Did you know that Devon Dudley has a unique reversal to the clothesline? This one was found by Twitter user B7E, who noted the inclusion of a unique clothesline reversal for Devon Dudley, as using Devon to reverse certain clotheslines will see him evade the attack before going on to counter the move with a neck breaker.
And countered into a neck breaker. Bam! Canceling that move with a neck breaker.
This neckbreaker reversal is unique to Devon, though at present it is a little bit buggy, as the leg closest to his opponent tends to get caught, resulting in an even more unique split leg neckbreaker, which is hopefully something we see fixed in the next update. Did you know it's possible to break the ring? This one is something for new cats that might be unaware of this feature, as despite the removal of the majority of OMG moments in 2K22, players can still perform the ring break using a super heavyweight.
I hope they reinforce the ring! The ring just imploded! Stop the match!
Unlike the old way of triggering the ring break, which was done through the use of stored finishes, the ring break can happen at random, playing as two super heavyweights and attempting superplex from the top rope, though in order to trigger it, you will have to have done some damage to your opponent, as the ring break only tends to happen when a player's health bar is in the red, though the amount of damage needed will vary from match to match. To attempt the ring break, when playing as two super heavyweights, throw your opponent into the corner and move the right stick up to place them on the top rope, then press the grab button to perform a grapple, and if you've dealt enough damage, then it should trigger the ring break, though if it doesn't, you'll need to try it again until it does. Did you know that Muhammad Ali has a secret referee attire? When Muhammad Ali was announced for WWE 2K24, we all assumed that his inclusion would see him feature in 2K's Showcase of the Immortals, as Ali served as a special guest referee in the main event of WrestleMania 1. While that bout didn't make the list of matches featured in the showcase, should you select Ali's referee attire when assigning him as the referee in a special guest referee match, rather than don the traditional black and white stripes, Ali features his original referee attire from WrestleMania 1.
Please welcome the special guest referee for this match,
As well as featuring his own attire, assigning Ali as the referee will also trigger some special commentary, as the announced team will react to his role as the official and bring up his appearance at WrestleMania.
It really is an honor and privilege to have Muhammad Ali in our ring tonight as our guest referee. This man is the original special guest referee in WWE. I agree completely. The greatest is really elevating this match by being the one to call it. And I think we can all trust Ali with this position. He knows how important it is to have an impartial official in the ring with you. Big thank you to Muhammad Ali. This was a special event to have an all-time great calling the shots.
So there you go, that was some of the best Did You Knows in WWE 2K24. Let me know what you made of them.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling was a professional wrestling promotion that held events in the Appalachian area of the United States from October 1991 to December 1995, when it was run by Jim Cornette. The promotion was based in Knoxville, Tennessee, with its offices in Morristown. Episodes are available on the WWE Network. It was 1991. As a taxi driver by the name of Rodney King became internationally known after a tape was released of him being beaten on March 3rd by the Los Angeles police. The release of Nirvana's Nevermind signified the start of the grunge era that would dominate the music scene up into the mid-1990s. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Minnesota North Stars in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and Jim Cornette formed Smoky Mountain Wrestling in October 1991 upon leaving World Championship Wrestling with Stan Lane, Tim Horner, and Sandy Scott. The promotion was backed financially by music producer Rick Rubin. The first events and TV tapings were held in October and November 1991. Matches from these shows were first shown in February 1992. The first Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion, Primetime Brian Lee, won the championship in a tournament held at a volunteer slam on May 22, 1992 in Knoxville, Tennessee. The first Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions were crowned in a tournament final on April 23, 1992 in Harrigan, Tennessee, when the Heavenly Bodies defeated the Fantastics. Jim Cornette had initially envisioned a territory reaching from Kentucky into as far as South Carolina and Georgia, though they did eventually run events over that large of a region, including a few shows in the Cobb County Civic Center in Marietta, Georgia. The promotion's biggest towns included Knoxville and Johnson City, Tennessee. SMW event tours also included high school gyms and fairs in cities throughout Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and North Carolina. In 1993, Smoky Mountain Wrestling signed deals with World Championship Wrestling and the World Wrestling Federation to showcase their wrestlers on the larger company shows. This led to the Rock and Roll Express wrestling the Heavenly Bodies at Super Bowl III in February, and the Heavenly Bodies then faced the Steiner Brothers for the WWF Tag Team Championship at SummerSlam 1993, and then defeating the Rock and Roll Express at Survivor Series 1993 for the SMW Tag Team Championship. The promotion featured a number of wrestlers who were regulars in the southeastern wrestling scene, and was the birthplace of the Heavenly Bodies, Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard, and later Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey. The Heavenly Bodies, managed by Jim Cornette, were featured heavily throughout the years as they worked storyline feuds with the Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics, and the Armstrong family. SMW also featured a number of young wrestlers who had not yet made their mark on the national stage, including Bob Holly, New Jack, Al Snow, Glenn Jacobs, Balls Mahoney, Chris Jericho, Lance Storm, Chris Candido, Tammy Lynn Sitch, Brian James, and D'Lo Brown. But ultimately, like most independents, was not financially successful. Cornette eventually signed a working agreement with the World Wrestling Federation to trade talent, manage, and serve as an on-air talent for the company. Brian Hildebrand was a Smoky Mountain mainstay, occupying such roles as head of merchandise, referee, and sound director. Jim Cornette, a traditionalist, catered to fans that Mick Foley described as old-time fans who still believed in good guys and bad guys, and to whom cheating was still a reason to get upset. Bob Caudle, who was a play-by-play announcer on the TV program, would also proclaim at the beginning of each show that Smoky Mountain Wrestling was professional wrestling the way it used to be and the way you like it. This was a sharp contrast to ECW, in which anti-heroes increasingly took precedence over clear-cut heroes and villains. Smoky Mountain was, however, the birthplace of the controversial Gangstas gimmick, where black wrestlers New Jack and Mustafa would cut promos about activist Medgar Evers while also using fried chicken and watermelon as props. The promotion had a brief association with the National Wrestling Alliance, whose flagship promotion, Eastern Championship Wrestling, had split away in August 1994, leaving the NWA with no World Heavyweight Champion. A 10-man tournament was held in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, in November, featuring many SMW wrestlers. The participants were Tracy Smothers, Devin Storm, Eddie Gilbert, Johnny Gunn, Chris Candido, Al Snow, Dirty White Boy, Jerry Lawler, Lou Perez, and Osamu Nishimura. The winner was Chris Candido, who defended his title mostly at SMW events. In February 1995, however, Candido lost the belt to Ultimate Fighting Championship winner Dan Severn, who, as a freelancer, decided to become a travel world champion, depriving SMW of a basis for World Heavyweight Championship matches. However, in April 1995, the Rock and Roll Express won the NWA World Tag Team Championship for the 5th time, giving SMW a handful of World Tag Team Championship matches. Al Snow debuted at the beginning of 1995 at SMW. A tragic event then partnered him up with the Giant Unabomb, when his original partner Eddie Gilbert, with whom he had just launched a feud against the Rock and Roll Express, had died of a drug overdose. Snow took Gilbert's place. The roles of the team were clear. Snow was the mouth, Unabomb the muscle. Their first attempt at Morton and Gibson was Sunday Bloody Sunday 2. Snow and Unabomb still failed against the Rock and Roll Express, but Snow's big mouth made sure that the Express was so irritated that they could not stay with the match. In his funny as well as vicious promos and parodies of the Express, Snow was nothing sacred. He mocked Morton as a secret transvestite and even made fun of Gibson's deaf and dumb mother by being upset that she left him a note in Braille. Snow got Morton a joke for his jokes by knocking him down with a miner's club, causing the team's next match at Bluegrass Brawl 3 to be scheduled as a coal miner's glove on a pole match. Snow was beaten by Morton with the glove KO, but fell in pin position on the previously knocked out Gibson. The heel duo won and crowned themselves the league's new tag team champions. However, Snow did not have enough. The following week, he made formal funeral arrangements for Morton's career in the style of a sleazy television preacher. Symbolically, he threw Morton's headband and wooden coffin. Morton's career was far from dead. As punishment, Snow had been put in a scaffold match with Morton, a match that can only be won by knocking his opponent off a several-meter-high platform. Snow was ready to finally break Morton's neck in the match, but in the end it was Morton who got his revenge for the many humiliations and pushed Snow down. But that was not over, because Snow was a bad loser and attacked Morton after the match, ensured that fans' hatred for Snow and Unabomber remained undiminished. Ultimately, however, it should be noted it was not the Express that dethroned the pair as champions, but the Thugs, Tony Anthony and Tracy Smothers. Off the title screen, however, the feud between Snow and Unabomber and the Express went even further. There was a series of gimmick matches, steel cage matches, and street fights, all of which went to the Rock and Roll Express. In the fall of 1994, legendary horseman Ole Anderson was featured in the weekly TV show of Smoky Mountain Wrestling with an announcement in Family Matters. Ole said that his son Brian had signed up with SMW and would debut there soon. The young Bryant was already known by this time from WCW, where he was fired by Eric Bischoff. At SMW, Bryant now had bigger plans. Bryant debuted in October with his dad by his side with the same look that he had in the 70s. Bryant quickly made his first sense of achievement as he won the television title against Scott Studd, who later became Scotty Riggs. The defense of the belt presented Bryant bigger challenges because 2 weeks later he would face the former SMW heavyweight champion Tracy Smothers. But Bryant managed to surprise and defend the belt clearly and fairly against his experienced challenger. Smothers wanted to pay him respect with a handshake, but Bryant did not. It turned out that Bryant and Smothers had a history. The two had already met when Bryant was a college wrestler at the University of Tennessee. Smothers stopped by every now and then to help with the training, and Bryant accused Smothers of having tackled him hard. Bryant wanted payback in SMW. As a result, there were a number of other matches of the two in the series like Thanksgiving Thunder, and the young Anderson won them over. Bryant wanted to demonstrate even more clearly that he had outgrown Smothers. He therefore called him to a submission exhibition in which the two would compete for who would force an opponent to tap faster. After Anderson had forced James Atkins to the tap, Smothers tried the same with the figure four leg lock against Anthony Michaels. But when he got Michaels under control, Anderson attacked him, injuring his shoulder. That was the setup for a series of I Quit matches of the two brawlers at Christmas Chaos. Smothers managed to beat the young freshman and put him in his place. It was a culmination of the feud, which continued on house shows until January 1995, but no longer developed decisively. Shortly thereafter, Brian Anderson left SMW and wrestling as a whole. Although he proved his talent in the matches against Smothers, he simply quit the business. Whether it was Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, or North Carolina, none of the U.S. states where Smoky Mountain Wrestling operated was a stronghold of gangster culture. When you say iced tea, most of the SMW audience was thinking of a soft drink. Ice Cube was something you put in it, and NWA was nothing else than the National Wrestling Alliance. For that reason, this was a brilliant idea. Jim Cornette took the risk in 1994 with the creation of the Gangstas, New Jack and Mustafa Saeed. With the Gangstas, Cornette made a bomb that contained a highly explosive mixture of almost all elements of the race question. The Gangstas brought together bits and pieces of ghetto culture, the Nation of Islam, and a perverted interpretation of the civil rights movement. The best way to illustrate this was to demand they win their matches after a 2 count, rather than a 3 count, as a form of affirmative action. And the detonator of this bomb was New Jack's rhetorical rambles and his ability to turn his listeners into a furious mob in just a few words, especially those in the southern states with their well-known racial tension. New Jack and Mustafa debuted in July 1994 and needed a promo from New Jack to become one of the most hated men in the league. New Jack began with references to O.J. Simpson, Luis Farrakhan, and Snoop Doggy Dogg. In response to the Gangstas, several broadcasters from the SMW syndication switched off, and eventually the civil rights movement, NAACP, demonstrated against SMW because it saw no positivity in the gimmick. The Gangstas then announced on Night of Legends they were aiming for the Rock and Roll Express. They cost Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson their match against Brian Lee and Chris Candido, and thus the titles. The Express then regained the belts on the next TV taping, and the way for the altercation with the Gangstas was free. It was
Well, this isn't it. There's the battle. These competitors are locked into the unforgiving Hell in a Cell. We've seen the physical damage that this structure can impart on superstars, but what we don't see is the mental anguish that comes with participating in Hell in a Cell. As we all know, Hell in a Cell matches tend to deteriorate once the competitors leave the confines of the ring. To the outside. This could get wild. Counters that. Oh! Boom! Boom! Go! Oh! And the wall comes crashing down. Things are breaking down now. Do you realize how much force that must have taken? Good God. Remember, though, in many cases, coming down is the truly hard part. He made it to the top. Oh, just stop moving. There's a certain level of nervous excitement in this crowd tonight. It's on the edge of its seat. He finally made it to the top of the cage after a long, hard climb. Yeah, but Saxton, I have a feeling the hard part's just beginning. And some brutal impact on that DDT. The crowd is fired up. Undertaker is fired up. Sure, he's pumping himself up, but he's also giving his opponent a chance to recover, making his climb up the cell now. Why on earth would you do that? He made it! He made it to the top! I can't even imagine what he has in store now. Oh, well, Destroyer knows. We have descended to the last circle of hell, gentlemen. Time to find out who stays and who goes. The dead man with an arm wringer into the... Oh, man, look at this power. We've seen some battles on the cell, and nothing good ever comes of it. Wrist lock applied. What about power? We knew this was going to be a vicious match, but these superstars are taking it above anyone's expectations. Proving hell doesn't need to stay in the confines of a cell. Hell can go anywhere. It truly cannot be stressed enough. Hell in a Cell is a match where you simply have to adapt to your environment as quickly as humanly possible. In the midsection. Getting what he wants. Into the armbar. The armbar. I'm going to tap out here. Wait. Trying to find a way out. And he punches his way out of the submission. Oh, right to the side of the face. Warm up the engine on the ambulance. I got a very bad feeling about where these competitors are going to end up soon. Oh my God, off the top of the cell. Are you kidding me? That's a human being. Oh God, unbelievable. He came from the top of the cell. A little showmanship there from the dead man as he tries to get the crowd involved. He's climbing the cell now, guys. On the move, guys. He clearly has no regard for his own world. He gave you the first hit, Byron. He's not from up there. No, not from up there. Shock slam. Oh, good Lord. What a risk that was. Leaping from the cell like that. I still can't believe my eyes. He's all the way at the No. Good God, that does it. That'll do it. The ultimate leap of faith. A drop from the heavens straight down to hell. At the top of the cell, I can't walk. Holy hell! That's it! Oh, no. This is disastrous. This is the worst thing that could have happened. It looks like one of those last gasp efforts, if you ask me. That's what you gotta do with this thing. He's climbing to the top of the... Oh, an airborne from up high! Unbelievable! From the top of the cell? Did we just see that? Oh, I saw it, and I felt it in my bones. An unforgettable moment. And some effective offense with that one. Just look at the methodical attacks of The Undertaker. The Undertaker is making a statement. The Undertaker with an ominous gaze toward his opponent. Noam Dar is just getting knocked around. Dar's defensive instincts need to kick in. Undertaker gets reversed. And Dar puts a quick stop to the momentum that was mounting against him. Now's a chance for Dar to get back into this match. Looking for the suplex all the way up. Look at this power. Oh no, into a cut block. He's finding a way to slow his opponent's assault down. He got tired of being pushed around and wants to gain the advantage now. Unrelenting attacks from The Undertaker, and nothing can stop the dead man. Reversal from Noam Dar. Right to the kidneys from behind. Oh! Oh, big uppercut. Oh, not to the belly. Escapes with a knee to the gut. He switches it back around. Noam Dar is just getting knocked around. Dar on the wrong side of every exchange lately. Again, the torso is punched. Of course, the entire anatomy can dramatically slow movement down. And his torso continues to be targeted. That could be disrupting the flow of air at this point. Oh, stiff punch. The Undertaker with the cinch slam. The Undertaker visualizing the end. Here it comes. Got him where he wants him. He's giving up, but you can tell his opposition doesn't care one bit. Big move. Oh, man. Plenty of ways to get creative. Up on the entrance area. Also plenty of ways to get yourself seriously hurt. Tossing their opponent like they're nothing. Undertaker showcasing his merciless ways. A series of disabling maneuvers from Undertaker. Undertaker. He's going for the Dragon Sleeper. Well, this isn't going to win the fall, but it's going to do a lot of damage. Whoa, this is surprising, Byron. Yeah, I'm not really sure why he would let him out right there. These superstars are showing up. Concerned for their own well-being. All that matters to them right now is doing as much damage to one another as possible. The dead man has him up. Tombstone! Good. Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission coming. Targeting the shoulder with the claw. This one, and look at him tapping. He's had enough, but it doesn't even matter in this scenario. The combatants are locked inside Hell in a Cell. This is a nightmare no one can escape. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. A score will be settled tonight. And only one competitor will survive the Devil's Playground. Oh, he retaliates. Nice. What a shot. Caught with a punch. Punch lands. And Dar turns it around. Looking worse for wear in the corner now. Into the corner. Face first. Oh, what a kick. Hell in a Cell is such a demonic structure that exists solely for pain and suffering. Corey, I have to know, is there any use in coming up with a game plan for this man? Taking flight. Oh, he's feeling the effects of that last hit. Yeah, his Taker was putting that surprising agility to good use there. Boom. Oh, kick. Nasty kick. Oh, Dar saved himself. And now the most dangerous area inside the cell. Just got all that with his face, and now Dar's opened up. Big overhand. Boom! Oh, what a counter. Well, there goes the wall. So much for Hell in a Cell. It looks like this is a battle that cannot be contained. Here he goes up the side of the structure. A long way out. This is rather reckless of him. Wouldn't you say? This whole match is reckless, but necessary. All right, he's made it. Oh, my God. Hopefully the chain link can stand up to this mayhem. This isn't what it was made for. No one is supposed to be up there. Elevated wrist lock. Uh-oh, gonna sit. Choke slam.
Guys, we know just how dangerous Hell in a Cell can be.
And we're seeing it up close right now. Nothing good ever comes from fighting on top of the cell. Here we go. Time to work out some aggression. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Everyone in this arena is on their feet. Everyone is holding their breath. How is this going to end? Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. Down with the leg drop. My gosh, this is making a hair on my neck stand up.
Predator's energy is coming across this arena. As war is waged on top of the cell.
Nice drop kick.
And Noam is countered. Uh-oh. A long way up.
To the top of the cell! Falling from that height, you have to worry about his condition.
Yeah, he's slowing it up here, Saxton.
The dead man can taste victory. Look at his cinch it in. Hell's Gate is roped in.
Oh, body is...
Hits the leg and he survives Hell in a Cell.
Now let's take a look back at some of the great action.
Here's your winner. The
An entertaining display tonight for The Undertaker.
entertaining and dominating.
Noam Dar is so much better than this loss, and just you wait. He'll shine once again and prove just how good he really is.
All right, everybody. I'm about to head for bed, so like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.